What's up, YouTube? The reason why I'm making this video is because I took offense to a statement that someone made on here criticizing old people, calling them pussies, saying that we old folks didn't do it right. And he was referring to the nonviolent civil rights struggle. He felt that we should have picked up guns to gain our independence. At this time, I like to make it perfectly clear that I'm not advocating or condoning any type of violence against any one race of people, any one person, or any other group of people. I'm just basically here because I was offended by the statement that the guy made. It must have been a pretty immature person to even make such a statement like that, because they probably don't understand the social, historical, and political atmosphere of that time, and didn't understand why certain strategies had to be used. Second of all, I think the person might be immature because it's a stupid thing, a stupid statement to make, to suggest picking up guns to do harm to any group of people. There's something called the Patriot Act now that they can actually come and arrest you for terrorism. Another reason I took offense is because not only someone suggested that I might be a pussy because I made a comment in text to the effect that the statement that you made was idiotic. And the reason why I think the statement's idiotic, one, is because with this new Patriot bill, they can find a reason to use that against you and call you a terrorist. Number two, if you even had that ideal and you was gonna act upon it, it was stupid. You just revealed your plan. There's a lot of reasons, I'm not going to count them all, but let's talk about war for a little bit. Someone once said to the effect that when you win a war, wars are won in the minds and the hearts and the spirit of the people even before you get to the battlefield. That's how wars are won. But it takes more than a set of balls to win a war. A set of balls, yeah, you need that, but it takes more than balls to win a war. You need brains, you need organization. I want to ask this guy, who does he know that's a top military strategist? I like to also ask the guy, who does he know that manufacture bullets and guns? I'm sure there's people out there that have guns. You might have some people riding around in pickup trucks in Texas with guns. And I'm sure the Crips and the Bloods have their AK-47s and their M16s and banana clips or whatever, and Uzis. And I'm sure there's a few frustrated, mad black men walking around with 9mm or whatever. But what will you do when you run out of bullets? Or what will you do when the gun breaks down? Where will you get more guns from? Where will you treat your wounded? Where are you going to get the doctors from? Yeah, we have doctors, but do we have hospitals? When you run out of medical supplies, simple things like gauze or morphine. Where are you going to get morphine? Where are you going to get morphine from? Where are you going to get the basic hospital needs? Okay, what else do you need to fight war or sustain an army? You need food. What happens when you run out of pork and beans in the refrigerator, hot dogs and pork and beans in your refrigerator? You think you're going to go to the nearest Stop and Shop? You don't own any supermarkets. Your enemy will close the supermarkets down. What happens when night falls and you hit the light switch and you find out you don't have no electricity? Do you own the electrical plants? Your enemy will hit a switch and cut the electricity off in your neighborhood. What happens when you get thirsty? You need some water to drink. Your enemy will turn one valve and shut off the whole water supply in your neighborhood. Well, let's say he lights a fire. You try to open up the hydrant. You have no fire trucks to put out any fires. You won't even have the water to put out any fires. What happened in the wintertime when they shut the gas off? Your enemy has control. Your perceived enemy. I'm not even going to call him your enemy, even though some people feel that the white man is their enemy. I'm going to say your perceived enemy. He may be your enemy, he may not be your enemy. He has control over the gas, he has control over the electricity, he has control over the food, he has control over the water, he has control over the hospitals, your medical. He has tanks. He can surround your camp and block you in and basically starve you to death. He won't even have to come in and fire a bullet. He can just surround you and starve you and wipe out your whole army in 1 month. You don't think these guys can freaking surround Detroit, surround Chicago, surround Harlem, surround Crenshaw Boulevard? They can sit back and just watch with helicopters, hovering with helicopters, and watch you starve and go crazy and eat each other and eat dogs. So I know I'm gonna have people disagree with me or think I'm a pussy for saying something like this, but you know, whatever comments you got, I'm ready for them.